I play basketball because my dad played and my older brothers played. I've been playing since I was really young, and I enjoy playing basketball. I love it. It's my favorite thing to do. It's a great way to get to know people, create new friends, and build bonds and memories that you'll remember for the rest of your life. I plan on playing college basketball after I attend prep school next year, and I'm unaware of where I'll be going. Being a student athlete is a good thing. It makes you a role model, shows people look up to you, but also that you can do just as well in the class as you can in the sport you play, and you're dedicated to what you do.
Hi, my name's Arian Beasley. I'm in 12th grade and I play football. I play football because it's my passion. I love it, and I've always been wanting to play it since I was little. To be a student athlete in a school like North Odom, it means that you have to be a leader and that everyone's looking up to you. So you have to make sure that you make the right choices, because if you make a mistake, then other people may think it's okay for them to make the same mistake too. I committed to EKU to play football, and it's really important for me to play football in college because I've worked really hard to get to where I am in high school, and I just really want to take my talent to the next level and see what I can do. I think football helps improve my life because it determines what I'm going to do when I get older. So if I want to pursue my football career, then it's going to affect what I do in college and this all the time that I have, and just really like my worth ethic. So I'm going to have to work 10 times harder.
My name is Mars Tazbaz. I'm a senior at North Oldham High School, and I play soccer. I play soccer because it's been my passion since I was 3 years old, and I've learned so many different lessons from playing, as well as built so many different friendships. Soccer has improved my life because it keeps me healthy and active, and it is also like a stress reliever to me, so it keeps me happy. Building relationships through playing soccer has given me the opportunity to meet some of my greatest mentors, who have even been my coaches, who have helped me with issues on and off the field. I've also made amazing friendships through playing soccer. Some of the people that I played soccer with years ago are still my best friends today. To be a student athlete is to be an example on and off the field for your teammates, to lead your teammates, and to have a positive attitude.
Sports involvement also teaches athletes life skills that can be used in everyday life at school, such as time management, teamwork, and confidence. Being a member of a team requires commitment and communication with others, and this behavior is reflected by student athletes with their peers at school when required to work in groups. Being a part of a winning team that accomplishes goals together is a great confidence builder and helps students develop leadership abilities, which helps them in school and can carry over into their work life as adults. Most school districts set eligibility standards that require athletes to maintain a certain GPA and avoid absences if they want to play. If the student athlete performs poorly in the classroom, then the school-sponsored team must drop the athlete. This, as well as personal goals, motivates student athletes to achieve academically so they can participate in athletics and prepare themselves for the next level of education.
So Casey, how long have you been playing sports?
I've been playing sports since I was 4, so 13 years.
And what sport do you play now?
I play volleyball.
How many days a week do you play?
We practice 2 times for 3 hours a week, and then we have conditioning on the other days. Plus, we have tournaments most weekends that are 2 or 3 days.
So you're pretty busy, you'd say?
Yes.
What other extracurricular activities are you involved in at school?
I'm in Beta Club, National Honor Society, and Mustang Mentors.
How do you balance both your academics and your athletics?
It can be a lot of pressure sometimes, but I just make sure to make time for both homework and still be able to go to practices and stuff.
So what is your current GPA?
Right now, I think I have a 4.17.
Wow, that's impressive.
Okay, we good?
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, yo. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him. But fuck him, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. Let's go. Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much.
How do sports help to individualize athletes from one another? Communication creates a positive environment for players on a team and the coaches. Players may form long-lasting relationships with their coaches from the wisdom they are shared with. A coach instructs his players on not only a specific sport, but he or she also teaches them about respect and integrity. On average, the typical high school athlete spends around 2 or 3 hours practicing for 5 days a week. College athletes dedicate even more time because the intensity level is higher. With that said, the coach appears for most of the practices, so the players have plenty of time to gain wisdom from their coaches. Many athletes almost see their coach as a mother or father figure. While maintaining proper physical health improves an athlete's strength training, the emotional part of health is just as essential. This includes a person's amount of stress in their life, energy levels, and their self-esteem. By playing a sport, athletes have better emotional behavior. By learning new skills and understanding their mistakes, athletes' self-esteem increases and so does their individuality. Athletes who are content with themselves have higher self-esteem on the field and in life. Adolescents have a difficult problem with finding happiness, but student athletes find it more easily because they play on a team that teaches them about the importance of confidence.
Physical activity and exercise is really important, and it does help to improve your life in many ways. It can help to decrease risk of disease. It helps to decrease stress. It can also help to just improve quality of life. You sleep better, and it can also lead to improved self-confidence and self-esteem. Well, basically, endorphins are a set of neurotransmitters, and when the body is introduced to pain or stress from exercise and physical activity, these neurotransmitters are activated and messages, either positive or negative, are sent to the brain. With endorphins, the opiate receptors actually receive them, and they interpret the pain or stress into a euphoric feeling. And it doesn't have the negative effects as, other types of drug response and addiction, but it can lead to this positive feeling that you get when you exercise. Yes, well, we know physical activity is good for kids and really in all ages, all stages of life. There's actually a study by the American College of Sports Medicine, and they looked at 30 minutes of physical activity in terms of a PE class, and that was 5 days a week, and they didn't really see huge benefits to the kids involved. But when they looked at kids who were involved in sports or on an athletic team, they did 20 minutes of vigorous activity at least 3 times a week, and they saw huge benefits in terms of their schoolwork. So there's definitely benefits in being involved in sports. And also there's benefits in just being part of a team. You know, you can develop teamwork skills, self-esteem, and just generally have an overall health.
How has playing a sport helped you stay away from peer pressure of drugs and drinking?
Well, drugs will affect how I play the game of volleyball, and so it's really helped me stay away because it's gonna affect my overall game. Maybe not now, but definitely later on in life. And that with being an NC2A athlete in almost a year, they're gonna test me for that. And if I get caught, I can't ever play volleyball again, and that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. So I really have to stay away from all that.
As a highly known volleyball athlete, would you say that most people you know that aren't involved in drugs or aren't involved in sports do drugs?
Yes, because they're not held to a very high standard. They can do whatever they want, and they're not going to get punished for it as long as they don't get caught. With me, I have a bunch of punishments and a bunch of restrictions, and if I get caught, I get trouble, and I get trouble for the rest of my life. But then they can do whatever they want, and in college they can live their life and get screwed later on, but it's definitely going to affect them.
How has being a student athlete affected your education?
Being a student athlete holds me to a certain level of accountability. For example, if I don't keep up my grades, I can't play sports. So sports motivates me to keep up my grades because I have to in order to be able to play.
What was it like to be a state and national champion, and how do you think that'll affect you later on in life?
The feeling is really kind of undescribable. As a little girl, I never thought I would have done something like that, you know. For the rest of my life, I think it'll be a really cool story to tell like my family and like my friends and the kids that I have one day.
Okay, this is Brett Verson, our former volleyball coach at North Oldham. What kind of relationship did you have with your former coaches?
I've had a lot of different coaches throughout the years. Some, I had a little more of a relationship with on and off the court than others. But for the most part, I think most of them, I saw them as a teacher, as someone who was experienced and could kind of help guide me along with where I was currently at, not just on the court but off the court also, as a role model of kind of something that I was hoping to achieve and get to, and they could kind of help guide me in that sense. One coach I think that really stands out was a 7th grade basketball coach I had. He was really the first coach that really kind of took everything and made me realize that what we're doing was a game and to have fun. And if you weren't having fun doing it, what was really the point? So, if he kind of really set what I try to strive for as a coach, in teaching and leading, and teaching skills in the game, but also remembering to have fun, because that's why you're ultimately playing it. So as far as that goes, I think that's the coach that stands out the most in my mind.
How have you used these relationships with your coaches to improve your relationships with your own players?
Like I said, I've had a number of different coaches, a number of different styles of coaches. I've had coaches that have been real strict and enforcers. I've had coaches that have kind of laid back and let us kind of coach ourselves. And I think I've taken a little bit of both. I'm not one extreme or the other, I would say, but kind of taken what I myself as a player enjoyed and saw work with myself and my teammates, and tried to kind of take pieces and put them towards my coaching style. A little bit of strict, disciplinary type stuff is always needed and always necessary, but I think you have to kind of balance that out with some, kind of being able to relax and joke and have fun, let the players kind of coach themselves and motivate themselves, which I've had both in basketball, volleyball, baseball, all the different sports.
Going to Mava or leaving? Leaving Mava. I think the interview went pretty well. Got lots of information.
Football has helped me grow as a person because, like, in the team and in the locker room, we tend to become a family. So, like, being that we're a family, it's more like everybody helps each other and everybody picks each other up. So if I am slacking and, like, I'm behind, like, obviously, like, my coaches are gonna come to me and tell me and either make me run or make me do some kind of type of punishment, which, like, builds character, I think. So I feel like being on the football team has really helped me, like, become a better person just with my grades and just being able to talk to people and be able to cope with my problems. I relieve stress by going to, well, when the football team goes, it works out, or just me going to work out like myself at the YMCA. I relieve stress by just lifting weights and just running and get my mind off stuff. I've been offered a few D2 scholarships, but not really any D1 scholarships, but I chose to walk on to EKU. But I'm guaranteed a scholarship next year at EKU. So.
The positive medical benefits of sports are: the heart is strengthened by the exercise of the skeletal muscles of the body.